What's up, nerds? So, coming at you today with this story because they're doing Aegon's Quest over at HBO, or Max as it's called now. And this was from last week, and I was going to do it on my Sunday video, but then I saved it, and I was like, then I wasn't going to do this story. And then I was like, you know what? No, I want to do it. I just want to talk about it because I'm quite interested in it. So this article comes from The Hollywood Reporter. Not my favorite, but you know what it is. It says, Game of Thrones, Aegon's Quest spinoff in the works from the Batman Part 2 writer, which I have to be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of the Batman movie, but at the same time, you never know. Could be good. The number 2. So there's another Thrones project in development this time from writer Mattson Tomlin. Now I have to be honest with you, I don't really know Matt Tomlinson, but let's just read this because I'm very interested in a spinoff for Game of Thrones, especially Aegon's Quest, because it's very good, that whole story. So. Or Conquest. I said Quest. It's not a quest. It's a conquest. Because he conquers. All right, so the HBO is developing another Game of Thrones spin-off series. Now, the company is actively heating up its long-in-discussion Aegon's Conquest idea. HBO is partnering with Mattson Tomlin. What a crazy name, Mattson. An in-demand scribe who did uncredited work on Matt Reeves' The Batman and is co-writer its upcoming sequel, The Batman Part 2. He also wrote the Keanu Reeves action comic adaptation of Berserker and an animated Terminator series, which he is also showrunning for Netflix. Ooh, that might be good. I doubt it, though. Those Terminator stuff lately has been just not good. Anyway, so it says Aegon's Conquest is basically a direct prequel to the hit House of the Dragon. That is true. Telling the story of the Targaryens' blood and brutal conquest of Westeros. The story follows the invader Aegon Targaryen, who conquered the continent of Westeros with his sister wives, Rhaenys and Visenya, and their dragons. Aegon successfully unified 6 of the 7 kingdoms in just 2 years, with only Dorne able to successfully resist. And that's just because it's on the southern part of it or whatnot. And I have to tell you right now, the books are really, really good. I enjoyed them immensely. It's really a good story, and I love how they talk about, like, when it comes to how they got to be dragon riders back in old Valyria, how they mixed, like, they did, like, magic, and they mixed all this stuff together, and that's why the Targaryens are the only ones that can ride dragons and everything, and that's why nobody else in Westeros can ride dragons. It's because, like, there's, like, magic in their blood kind of thing. And then one source described the project as taking a back-to-basics approach to George R.R. Martin's epic fantasy universe, though considering the first series was sprawling and complex, it's unclear what back-to-basics means exactly in the Thrones context. Variety previously reported Aegon's Conquest as an idea in discussion early last year. Since Thrones concluded in 2019, there have been many prequels and one sequel idea put into development, and some are considering no longer active, though. And what's crazy about that, so they have talked about doing a story with Jon Snow, doing a spin-off series with Jon Snow. They've also talked about doing one with Arya and her little fun adventures or whatnot as a little face changer. And then one thing that they did do, they were going to do a spin-off, and it was like a prequel series also, and that was starring Naomi Watts, and I can't remember what it was called or whatnot, but recently pictures from that pilot, because they only did the pilot, so they did the pilot, and she was playing a character from the books that was a man, and they gender swapped it, they gender bent it. And so pictures of her from that pilot, which I guess it was so bad that they just canceled the whole series. They're like, no, this is just terrible. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it at all. But pictures recently came out online of her from the pilot, and she looks pretty good. I thought she looked good. I mean, if it's bad writing, it doesn't matter how good it looks. You know, you can throw glitter on a turd, and it's still a turd. So I think, but and I'm throwing up pictures now of it, but I think that she did look good in in those pictures. But I mean, if the show was bad, then obviously it had to get canceled, and we can't. And that was just the pilot. They only did the pilot. So let's see, where was I? Though HBO prefers not to say any option is completely off the table, as there's always the chance a once promising idea could be redeveloped under a different writer. The efforts have spawned 2 greenlit shows, House of the Dragon, which launches its 2nd season this summer, cannot wait, and Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, The Hedge Knight, which starts production this year and is based on Martin's Dunk and Egg novellas, which those are pretty good. I do like that. I hope it's really good. It says HBO had no comment, obviously. And then it says who Tomlin is repped by. Okay. So what do I think about this overall? I think this is a great idea. I am quite excited for it, you guys. I think that it's going to be good. And I'm throwing up a picture right now of who I think should play Aegon Targaryen. And that is Henry Cavill, people. He's right there. You love him. I love him. Why don't you just give Henry Cavill a chance again? I mean, he looked really good with the white hair in The Witcher. He's very sexy and everything. I say do it. You know what I'm saying? Give that man the reins and everything. They won't, though, but it's fine. I mean, he's got that Warhammer show to do, but I would love it if they just had Henry Cavill play Aegon Targaryen and everything. And this doesn't have to be like a long running show. It could be like they could just be like, listen, it's gonna be 3 seasons. That's what we've got for this show. 3 seasons. Henry Cavill, Aegon Targaryen, Aegon's Conquest. It can be a mixture of him conquering the 7 kingdoms or 6, and then also it can just be like a little bit of mixture of the back of how the Targaryens came about. Because I would love to see old Valyria. I think the thought of a city inside of like a volcano, I think that's just so fascinating, and you got dragons galore and everything. I think it sounds great, and I would love to see it, but I don't know, maybe they don't want to spend that much money on it. But tell me, what do you guys think about this Aegon's Conquest show coming off and everything? Do you think that this is a good idea, a bad idea? Are you excited for it? Did you read the books and everything? How do you feel about him marrying his sisters and having babies with her? That's because they want to keep the bloodline, because that magic is in the blood to ride dragons and everything. But tell me what you guys think about it. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next video. You guys have a good day. Bye.